Nobody gets you on your last nerves, call you the names you don't like, do the things you really hate, like the ones you love most. So on this note, my mom once told me this, that it's okay to have disagreement with my siblings, but when we step out and we have an external enemy, we should always remain a team. I share this to say that it's okay for us as humans living on earth at this time not to agree on everything. It's very okay.
How to disagree without fighting. Number one, instead of saying I disagree, which sounds like a challenge, use the phrase I see things differently. It works because it's sharing a perspective from your point of view, and it won't.
It's part of love to have disagreements, right? And share them. But when it comes to fighting against the enemies of this time, of these generations, of this season, of our nations, the nations you live in, the nations you're born in, and all the nations of the world, when it comes to fighting the common enemy, we should be a team. That is what I believe in. And when I talk about the enemies of these nations, I'll call them by name: mental health, spiritual health, domestic violence, cancer. You can add your own on the list. Let me see in the comment section.
Put people in this mindset to feel like they'll never be healed, or there's something that they just got to live with for the rest of their life, not knowing that's a demon that's over them. You know, that's.
So for us to fight against these things, we need to come as one. And as one, there are of course things that are within our control, things that we can do. The question is, what are you doing? What are we doing? Are you doing things to promote these things, or are you doing things to prevent and manage it? So on this note, I encourage each and every one of us to take some minutes this month to ask ourselves, what are we doing to make this world a better place? What are we doing to fight the common enemies we have? Two things that we all can do, because of course there are things beyond our control and the things within our control. Two things we all can do is educate ourselves. Educate ourselves about these things. Educating ourselves about these things will help us do our due diligence with regards to ourselves, and also will help us to better understand what others in this situation are going through, and be more gracious, not judgmental. The next thing is taking care of our basic needs. Whenever I talk about finances, to be very clear, it's not from a space of I'm very wealthy, I come from a very rich family, or I have all my finances sorted, but it's just been realistic that if we talk about mental health or some of the things I've mentioned, one element that may trigger it or may worsen the situation or may provoke it is finances. Some people genuinely are abusive when they are broke. Some people are abusive when they see they have full control over someone who have no financial power.
Financial abuse is one of the hardest forms of domestic violence to overcome. In some of the more covert cases, you don't even know that you're being financially abused until it's too late.
Some people going through medical situations like cancer stress more because they don't have the financial means to get even the basics regards to their needs in this situation. So on this note also, I'll also advocate that we should take our financial literacy serious. We should take time to empower ourselves, not just to be not for the reasons of being billionaires, but just for the reason for our own sanity. Once you're able to take off your basic needs, it will help you to avoid some situations. It will also help some situation to be easier. As I said earlier, there are some things we cannot manage, but there are some things within our power. Let's focus on the one within our power, and let's do our own person, and together the little part we go. And please, let's show love to one another. You never know what someone is going through. You never ever know. And before you give an advice, please first of all give a listening ear. That's my word. Before you give an advice, first of all give a listening ear.